People are interested in entrepreneurship. People want to know, how do you develop a business?
Entrepreneurship is so fundamentally important to our country, and in some respects it's never been so important.
I think events like this just really bring it down to the earth, and you start to realise that many of these ministers are actually very cool people, and people you can just have a conversation with. Tonight's event was about business in communities, why it's important to support local businesses, British businesses, small businesses, but also why it's important to talk about business to young people.
It's our small businesses that innovate, and I actually think we need to do far more to celebrate what they bring to the table. We've got to remember it's there, and we've got to make sure that our young people know about it.
I believe that diversity isn't just difference, but it's difference added. And actually we wouldn't have I Eat Foods making the contribution that it did to Sainsbury's and Tesco had I not been Muslim, Asian and female. And which is why I encourage the younger generation here today to really take all of the opportunities that are given to them. They're brilliant in this country, and it's a fantastic thing to have at your disposal.
Power is never given, you've got to take it. And you can't do that unless you actually get involved with the process. That starts with voting, but it is so much more.
We have to reflect society and the community in which we work, and that's how we will succeed. And it's the same for politics. Politics has to reflect the society you're in.
It's easy to watch Question Time or Newsnight and all these things and be angry about it. It's much harder to roll your sleeves up and try and do something. And if you've tried to do that and failed, fine, but do get involved, because otherwise the field is just left for everyone else.
It's really important not just to have a dialogue with so-called community leaders or elders. We've got to ensure that we are engaging with the new generation coming on through, and the really positive thing about today's event is that is what was there.
What are the key challenges that businesses today are facing, and what would you do to solve them if you became the next business secretary?
My aim is to try and provide as much of a certain policy environment, so not changing too many things so that people can plan for the future.
I'd like to know what advice you'd give to young people who are thinking of setting up their own business.
You look at these people like Steve Jobs, Zuckerberg, all these guys, they didn't become rich because they wanted to be rich. They became rich because they produced an incredible product that made people's lives different and better.
There's two things that you could probably do that give you the tools that you need to kind of take on the Goliaths of this world. The first one is content. Take the time to kind of really hone your skills. The second tool is your intention. We went into the business not to make loads of money. We actually went in with the intention of doing good.
I thought this was a wonderful event, really inspiring. Huge enthusiasm and desire to get involved, and ultimately that's what we need if we're to maintain a healthy democracy.
It was really good to actually feel like he was talking to us and not just at us.
Power's never given, you've got to take it, and you can't take it unless you participate, unless you vote, unless you put yourself forward for elected office. And hopefully people will bounce out and now sign up for whatever party they feel is their own.
Very inspirational, particularly for the younger people that were here. I think it's very important for them to be able to see what happens at these sorts of events, and so that we as professionals and the politicians aren't just people that they see on the television.
When I was a kid, we didn't have access to politicians or business people. No one even said the word enterprise or entrepreneurship. I think it's really exciting, therefore, to have the wise words from people like ourselves and Chuka to sort of give them guidance. And I think to give a young person that is really, really great.
Unless we work together, we are not going to be able to harness these winds of change that are blowing through our communities in a way that ensures that the new generation here can actually go on to ensure that Britain punches above its weight, but most of all that we've got a fair, more equal society where everybody can achieve their aspirations and dreams.
Who is your MP of the Year?